Man, I love hummingbirds. In this video, we're going to review 20 hummingbird feeders you're most likely going to see if you go shopping for one. I'm going to give you the pros and cons. I've owned pretty much all of these, so I'm going to give you the inside, which ones are the best and which ones might work best for you. Here we go. Okay, first up, this little guy. Wild Wings Clear Glass, 6 ounce, $8.98. I've owned a couple of these actually, but I got them so I could hold them while the hummingbirds fed right out of my hand. And it worked. The video for that is in the description. A little guy even tried to use my thumb as a spot to land. That was so cool. It was exhilarating to feel his little feet grabbing onto me. There's a fill line halfway up the jar. It doesn't hold a lot of your nectar, so if you have high traffic, you're going to be constantly refilling it. It's easy to clean, but it's not ant-proof, so they can get right in. The rubber flower petals will fade in color after about a year. That's probably why they give you extra 4 of them inside there. It served its purpose for me, but other than that, I wouldn't consider it for a long-term option. I expect a feeder to make it at least 3 years if properly maintained. Glass ones can definitely do it. Plastic ones can, but they'll get a little discoloration and not stay perfectly clear. But all these feeders are made to be easy to clean. It's about what other functions they may or may not have. As far as these, I bought these a few years ago when they were around $5 or $6, but I wouldn't do it for the $10 with so many options when you get up to that price range of $10 to $15. So there's that. Moving on. Number 2, Style Selections Red Plastic Hanger, 24 ounce, $5.98. Simple, basic, affordable. I can see why this is a great option if you're just starting out or if you just want to throw the feeder out at the end of the year and not worry about cost or storage. This one comes with 3 ports, which is fine. Most feeders have 4. It's not ant-proof, and the birds have nowhere to land. As you're going to learn, they'll stay longer at your feeder if they have a spot to land. Number 3, Style Selections Gravity Charming Cherry Glass Hanger, 13 ounce, $9.98. See, here you go. This is a great choice for that $10. It's real glass, you have 4 ports, it's ant-proof, and the birds have a spot to land and rest. See, what makes it ant-proof, and a lot of these feeders ant-proof, is the top. It's made to be filled with water. After you hang it up, you just pour water on the top, and it fills. And the ants that find the feeder are going to come down that little hook there, and once they make it to the bottom, they're just going to be surrounded by water, and they're not going to have any choice but to just go back the way they came. For this one, its only setback is that it's only 13 ounces. You may be refilling it often depending on how much traffic you get, but other than that, this one's a great deal and one I would definitely buy. Number 4, Style Selections Purple Gray White Glass Crackle, 22 ounce, $9.98. Another fine choice for that $10. I have a couple of these. You got that cool crackled glass look, 4 ports for up to 4 birds at once if they're getting along that day. It's not ant-proof per se, but I haven't seen a lot of ant issues with this one. It holds up to a good 22 ounce, so you won't have to be constantly refilling it. So you want to time these feeders so each refill lasts about 2 weeks, not much longer than that. Then you get a nice brush or a toothbrush. Some people put it in the dishwasher. When you get some hot water, scrub it down, keep your birds healthy and safe. But if you notice, there's nowhere to land on this one, and it's pretty much one lacking trait. Compared to that last one, you're just trading off a spot for them to land to be able to pour them twice as much nectar, but still a solid choice on to number 5. Looks like number 5 is sold out. It's a Style Selections Red Glass Hanger, red referring to the top and bottom of it. 16 ounce, $13.98. See, look, we got the ant moat back, 4 ports, 16 ounces, so it can hold more juice, but we lost the place for them to land. It is a great feeder, though, right down the middle, and the reason probably why they're sold out. Oh, damn, number 6, Mac Daddy. This is the Perky-Pet Grandmaster Red Plastic Feeder. We got 48 ounces, $19.98. We got the Ant Guard, 6 ports. We got spots for them to land, and 48 ounces for $20? Jackpot, right? Well, yeah. High traffic, middle of the summer, this is perfect. I've seen plenty of times where they can go through a feeder full in a day with one of those other ones, even while having multiple feeders up. This is a great option if you're going to be gone for vacation or something. You can have the peace of mind knowing you won't run out of nectar while you're gone. It's easy cleaning, easy maintenance. This one will definitely last a couple of years, but don't get this one if you just want to fill it once or twice for the summer. Remember, you don't want your batches of sugar water sitting around for after 2 weeks. These birds love fresh nectar. Even if it rains, some might get in those little ports, those little holes, and the rain can dilute your sugary solution a little bit. Keep that in mind. So keep it fresh if you want to keep them coming back. Number 7, Style Selections, Teal Glass Hanger, 16 ounce, $19.98. This one's a pretty popular choice, and it's definitely got those style points. That teal aqua color definitely looks inviting and refreshing. This one looks a lot larger than what it actually holds. That little round purple cracked glass one we just looked at holds 6 more ounces than this thing. These flowers look so big, I wonder if people think the birds actually can land on them and drink at the same time. I don't think that's possible. I've never owned one of these, but it looks too small for that. You can always makeshift your own. MacGyver little loops out of some wiring. It works. I've done it before, and you get a kind of tickling, rewarding feeling, actually, to see them take a load off on something that you built. So if you like to be crafty and creative and build and tinker around with things, don't rule any of these out. If you feel like you can build a little landing for them with some wiring or something, have at it. Have fun. Number 8, Style Selections, Bronze Glass, 28 ounce, $18.98. It's glass, 6 ports, a spot for them to sit, and 28 ounces to support a healthy volume of birds. People probably think this overhang is to keep them dry when it rains or something. The product description doesn't even mention that. I view the overhang more as a rain guard, so when it downpours, the rain won't get into all the little holes and dilute your mix. Hummingbirds don't really care about the rain. In fact, they love it, and they love flying in it and don't mind it at all. That's how they bathe, too. You won't see them at a bird bath. If you've never had hummingbirds, I wouldn't necessarily start off with this one and filling it up all the way. I would start off with something smaller until you tracked a bunch in, and then maybe work up to something like this when you get higher traffic. You don't want to have to pour out all that sugar water after a few weeks. But if you know you already have a bunch of them around, I say go for it. Just start by filling it halfway and jarring the rest of it in the fridge. Number 9, Style Selections, Red Glass Feeder, 32 ounces, $18.98. When you first see this little one for $19, it already seems like too much money. But remember that little purple one holding 22 ounces. Looks can be deceiving. This one holds plenty. Plus, look what it comes with. You have 5 ports, which is plenty of space. They love their space. And they have a spot for them to land their feet, which is going to land longer watch time for you. So this turns out to not be a bad option after all. Definitely looks durable, good quality. Again, all these are built to be easy to clean. The bottom part will come into 2 pieces and easily wash them. The flowers look good. This is good. Number 10, Style Selections, Mixed Glass, 27 ounce, $18.98. Okay, who wants to go on a hot air balloon ride? Same price as the last one, but we're down to only 3 ports. But at least they get a little perch, too. The flowers don't look as realistic and attractive, but that doesn't matter to the birds. They're either coming or they're not. They're either going to enjoy your sugary mix or they're not. So it all comes down to your personal preference and style choice with these. What matches the theme of the area you intend putting it in? What matches, your back patio, your front porch, the garden? What do you think would work best? This is still a great choice and it has more style. That's why you're getting up there in the price range. But keep in mind, these feeders are supposed to last you multiple seasons. This looks good. Number 11, Style Selections, Antique Top Fill Blue Glass Feeder. It's a 14 ounce, $26.98. So if money's not a problem for you, this wouldn't be a bad choice to consider. 14 ounces, it's pretty good, and it's a decorative piece with style and charm, that's for sure. It can be placed flat somewhere, or it can be hung up. The 3 flowers on the 3 ports for this one are different than what we're used to. They have a cut design in them that provides a petal edge, and the birds can perch onto that. They can't land there and feed at the same time. I think it's a little too close together. And another reason for this price is that it has solar-powered LED lights under the lid, so it lights up at night, turning it into a decorative piece wherever you put it. Looks pretty nice. Okay, we're switching stores here from Lowe's and Home Depot kind of stores over to Walmart. Yes, the majority of all these feeders are going to hit all four bases: the ant proof, volume size, enough ports, and the landing area. But we really need to look at the quality for the price. That brings us to our number 12, the Pioneer Woman Fresh Floral Glass. 20 ounce, $13.97. It's a basic, decorative. Like I said, hits all the bases. Looks like you'd rip a flower right off this thing, or it might just fall off on its own. These flowers probably intentionally come off so you can clean it. But it's 20 ounces, it's affordable, it has everything the birds need. Number 13, Pennington Sipper Glass Bottle Red Feeder. 28 ounces, $16.97. Well, it holds a pretty good volume. I like that it's glass for longevity. Interesting ant moat in the base here. I like that. Not really used to that. Whatever works. These bee guards, that's what these white things, these little white flowers are supposed to be. These bee guards seem a little excessive and more likely to poke an eye out for our poor little hummingbirds. Well, not really. They're probably not going to poke an eye out, but it's probably not even going to keep the bees away from the area that they're most likely going to be going to collect the sugary goodness. And it's going to be right here. It's going to collect underneath. So I don't know. I wouldn't get this one. And that brings us to number 14. Griffen Products Red Swirl with Multicolor Elegance Hand-Blown Feeder. 24 ounce, $18.92. Much better as far as the quality goes. And since they're hand-blown, not every one of them is going to be identical. It's got 4 ports, landing areas, and the flowers look good. Not a bad option. Wish it was a few dollars cheaper, though, but so far from what I've seen, this one's looking good. Number 15, Hummingbirds Red Jewel Glass Bottle Feeder. 20 ounce, $19.88. Love the red bottle. I'm a huge fan of antique glass, so this one suckers me right in. Until I see the quality. That's what we're talking about. This base is average, and the flowers are cheap. Well, they look cheap. I mean, look at this feeder to the right over here with all the flowers already broken off. I mean, I don't even know what more to say. Just, we're moving on to number 16. This is the Hummingbirds Hollyhock. 25 ounce, $9.94. Welcome to one hell of a buy. I've already had one of these last 3 years. It holds a good volume, 4 good-looking flowers with their own perch. It comes with its own hook. That's what you see inside there. This unscrews at the base, comes right into, like most feeders. This is plastic, though, not glass. This is plastic. But again, this is hard plastic. This is going to last you 3 years. Again, you're going to get a little discoloration maybe, but I wouldn't even worry about it. This is durable. It's a great feeder. It's simple, and it works. For $10 and how much fluid it holds, this is a great buy, and it's probably why there's one left. It'll be gone by tomorrow. So whoever gets this one's going to be lucky. I'd be getting it right now, but I already have one. On to number 17. Pennington Glass Red, 16 ounce, $9.97. Same price as the last one. Holds 16 ounces, which is pretty good. But this one's actually going to get a good recommendation from me as well. It's got the ant moat, so you can fill the water at the top. You're not going to have any problems with ants. It's got the rails all around it with 8 ports. The bottom pulls right apart like most feeders, and here's a little tab to do it right here. So this is easy cleaning, easy maintenance, and as far as I'm concerned, an easy decision. Number 18. It's the Perky-Pet Pinch Waist Glass 8 ounce, $10.68. I mean, its ant moat game is definitely strong, but it doesn't hold a lot of fluid. And we have another problem. I had the most problem with bees with this feeder. Out of all of them, this one was a problem. The bees were always collecting the residue at these spots right here. And when it would rain, the fluid would collect in this area. There's no drainage. Not only is it only 8 ounces, this one has issues, and I'd avoid it completely. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Number 19, Wild Wings Glass Mason Jar Feeder, 6 ounce, $7.48. We covered this one first, except that one was at Lowe's, and it was selling for $8.98. So that's $9. This one's for $7.50. Yeah, again, it's not bad for starter. It's a starter feeder, I guess, if someone was trying to attract these beautiful creatures in. But keep in mind, regular size ants can even get in this thing and turn it into a swimming pool. Man, is it fun. I love these birds. I've always loved them, and I'll continue to love them. And I'm just so glad I can share all this information and knowledge with you. Brings us to our last one, number 20. First Nature Feeder. 32 ounces, $5.97. Pretty basic, not attractive at all. No flowers. There's no need for this. They could have made half as many ports and provided each bird their own flower, but 32 ounces, that's good for high traffic, high volume feeding. So if you ever have any questions, I'll be happy to help. I'm on here every day, so you also get a quick response. Until then, I'll see you in the woods.